Okay, what's up everybody? This is Skip. I am playing Subnautica. Obviously, if you play Subnautica, you can tell I'm playing Subnautica. Gonna do a walkthrough of how I set up my Cyclops. First video, I want to say it's my first video. It's not my first one. I've made probably 6 or 8 of them now. Trying to do this right, but I keep having a problem with my mic, so hopefully it's working and everything's going fine. Let's do the walkthrough. So this is how I set up my ship. I'm going to introduce you. This is my Cyclops. My Cyclops is Black Betty, and I wish I had room to put Bam Bam, but it don't. Inside of my Cyclops, you'll see Steve from the movie Big Daddy. This is a glitch. I have a fabrication station right there, or fabricator, and the glitches shoot a wall. So here we go. We're in. And the first thing you notice,
systems online.
Wall lockers, as far as you can see, and I fill every single one when I go out. So, but this is the room that you first come into, and this is how I got it set up. Obviously, I got water, food. I label everything. Meds and battery packs. Got plenty of batteries. Most of these I found in the storage bins, or the storage lockers that you find throughout the game. Usually you'll find a bottle of water, or med kit, or battery, or a food brick, or whatever they call it. Most of these batteries came from them. I have made some, but that's what I get them. Plus I got stuff. This is extra stuff. Throwing in here, salt, cured fish, whatever. Sometimes I'll just throw stuff in there because I'm coming in real quick and going back out. But then I got my food, which is full of these Reginolds, which if you play with the food and water on, Reginolds, when you cure them, they give you plus 44. It's the most food you can get from a fish. And that's why I use them. And I actually breed those in my main base. And I'll show you that in another video. But, and it only gives you -2 on your H2O, so that helps. Plus, I got water purification stations, or whatever they call them. And, so I got all these, the black and white bottles of water. Just where I keep it. And I got more in my base. But now let's go through here. This got all lockers are labeled. Titanium, lead. I got 2 for each, and I make sure both of them are filled, and maybe even have an overflow, which I'll show you where that goes in a minute. But I make sure all this is full before I come back to my base. Lithium, and I mean, there's full one. That one's part of, it's full. Lead is same way. However, like titanium, nothing. I mean, I don't have to open it. It says empty right underneath where it says open locker. And here I am. I'm pointing to my screen like you can freaking see that, but you can't. So under open locker says empty, so you know there's nothing in it. And man, my son actually pointed it out to me. I didn't even notice it. So yeah, then I got magnetite, I got gold, copper, silver, nickel, and quartz all on this one wall. And it, like I said, 2 of each. Make sure they're full before I come back. Now, on the other side, let's shut this door for a minute. I got one thing of diamond, 1 ruby, 1 uranite, 1 crystalline, 1 kyanite, and then I got biological. Now, biological, this is where I put stuff like this. If I had stalker teeth, they would be in here. Anything that a creature drops that you need to fabricate something, or any plant that you have to pick up that will fabricate into something, I keep it in here. And that would be even the blood seeds, or whatever the hell those are. The little eggs that the plant has. It looks like an egg, but it's a blood something. I'll keep those in there. They take up a lot of space, so I use those as soon as I get them. So now let's go up on top. So we got electronic. Basically, you're going to see if I had enough, there'd be coral in here, and I'd have, like I said, I don't build batteries much because I find them, but I'd have the acid mushroom in here because that would build an electronic battery. So in the coral, you're going to need to build, that's electronic stuff. That's going to be for your chips, your computer chips, or your to go in your scan room. Takes one. So yeah, I keep that in there. And then I got, once I get to where these are full, like silver and copper, once I get to where those two fingers are full, then I'll start using my fabricator, and I will fill this with wire kits. Alright? Or I will fill it with, I'll put advanced wire kits in here if I got enough to build those. Wire and computer chips. So I don't have any right now, but if I filled up my copper, I would start making wire. And when you use wire in various things too, along with the computer chips. Chemicals. Obvious. It's the benzazine, which you need 3 of those blood things I was telling you about. Other chemical things, just so you got an idea what goes in here. So, you got hydrochloric acid. You got the benzene. You got aerogel. You've got polyethylene. Whatever, Harvard, how do you say that? Then you got this. You're only going to need one of those, but you need it at the end of the game, but it ends up putting in here. Synthetic fibers, I don't build much of it, but because if you notice it makes a fiber mesh, alright, instead of me putting that under chemicals, I'll show you where I'd put that. That would go under rubber and lube. And why is that? Because this is basically everything that a vine plant would make, and that's where you get the wire, that's where you get the fiber mesh. So, if I do make a synthetic thing, in which everyone that I've made so far, I needed to use to build something, so I never had to store it, so I don't make them very often. But if I did and I had an extra one, it would go in here. Glass and enamel, obviously what goes in here. If I get more quartz, which I usually use a lot of, because I like windows in my base, and I like to make the alien containment units. Once I get to where all my quartz is filled up, then I will start making, man, I can't stop hitting that button. I'll make glass, and I'll fill this up with glass. Enamel, you don't use it very often, so I only make enamel as I need it. Sometimes I'll make one and forgot I made it, and that's why that one's in there. Now, this is most important of what I got going on in this room. These few lockers right up to reinforce. Base and pool. This is because I can't write foundation in pool. This will make, I keep everything in here to make it. I'll show you. These. I think I got enough in there to make a couple, but anyways, I usually make those, and then I put a moon pool over it. The reason why is because when you make them, they're white. When you're down deep and it's dark, and you make a moon pool, that moon pool has light coming out underneath it, and it shines down onto these, which gives you a white spot to shoot for when you're trying to get to it. Makes you see it a lot easier from a distance too, at least from the right angle. Anyways, so this, I got everything I need to make a moon pool, and the, where is it? Right here, vehicle upgrade console. That's all in here. All right. I can make foundation pieces, I can make a moon pool, and I can do the vehicle upgrade station. All in there. Now, and this is, I got this all set up so that if I do find a spot that I want to, set up camp at for a while, everything's in here, I can set up a camp. Alright. Right here, I got enough to make 2 of the scan rooms. Now, I don't have the fast timer thing. I played this game through once before, and it seems like it's not really a necessity. If you put 4 of the range upgrades in, you get a broader area to scan. And usually by the time I find the first couple items, it's already scanned to the point where I've got enough to go for already. And I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about the time thing. It's up to you. If you want to find something real quick, put the timers in there. That's your own preference. But one of the other things I got that I put in here is I always put and that's what the quartz is for. I always put a hatch on one of these. You need 2 titanium and a quartz. I always put a hatch on my scan room. Alright? And then on the other side is this, the workroom, which is a multi-room that has a first aid kit maker. It has the fabricator, one of these. and I also put a battery charger in there and 2 power cell chargers. And the reason why I put 2 power cell chargers in there is when you get down deep, this Cyclops takes 6 power cells to run it. So if I have 2 power cell chargers to charge batteries, or charge power cells, I don't have to wait as long to recharge my Cyclops when I get down deep. Now, I'll talk to you about other ways of charging it in a second. The other bit I got right here is transmitters. That builds these power transmitters. When I build a base, I always try to use thermal power or solar power. Thermal way to go. I'll do a video on all that maybe. But thermal is the way to go. And you need these to get the power from this to your habitat that you're building. So if you build one of these, you set one of these close by this, you'll see a laser go from there to there. Alright. Now, depending on how far away your habitat is, you might have to put another 1, 2, 3, or more to get the laser to go from this to your habitat. And I'll do a video to show you the power source that I have for the base that I have right here and how far away. It's like 450 meters away from my actual habitat, but using these, I got it from where that is, from where I have these set up. Using these, I got the power to my station. So, but that's where I keep those. I also have lighting. Nothing in here because I haven't done much lighting this second go around. And reinforcements. You're going to need these. If you go down, depending on how you build your structure and how deep it is, you might have to put these on your multi-room to reinforce it, at least your moon pool. And I've got enough in here that I can reinforce the whole moon pool. Alright? Just cut. Wait a minute. I might... Oh, no. I've got enough in here to reinforce the moon pool. You need 3 titanium and 1 lithium to do 1 reinforcement. And, so yeah, I got enough to do the moon pool, and then in here, I've got enough to do the multi-room. That's how I got it set up. Yeah, because there's 6, and there's usually 6 panels you got to reinforce. Which you want to reinforce those before you do any, put anything on the wall, any of your, any of this stuff, your interior modules. Before you put any of those up, reinforce your walls. Because once you put that stuff up, you can't reinforce it. You got to take everything off to put the reinforcement up. I just reinforce it. This way I don't got to worry about the brakes and having to repair the damn thing every time. So that's another. These are all tips from Skip. So just, kind of think about it when you're building and everything. So let's go back in here. We'll say hi to Scuba Steve. How you doing? Walk under his balls and testicles and all that. In here, if you notice, ion cubes. This is my second go around, and because I already know what's going on, and I don't want to spoil for anybody, but you're going to find where you can get a bunch of these, and I got a lot of them. Every one of these is full except for the last one. The last one, I only have, it almost is full. I'm missing one in a row. But yeah, you're going to find a lot of these. And let's see. If it's not labeled, I got nothing in it. I got extra crystalline. But these are just extra. And I think you can continue building up into here, but I'm not sure if they used to be a glitch, but I think they fixed it. The glitch was you would build, and when you go outside, you could see the back of this on the outside of the Cyclops. But alright, real quick, if you notice, you see the in between these, you'll see these gray doors in there. These are the original doors and lockers that the Cyclops has built in when you build it. Right there's the door. Alright? I didn't realize this, but I got an extra. Even though I built over those and I can't use them, I can actually use this one, which is kind of cool. I didn't realize that. I just figured that out when I started doing this video. That's neat. So I'm going to start using that. I don't know what for. I'm going to put something in it, though. I always do. So, okay, so here's the bottom. This is the basement of your Cyclops. That's how I got mine set up. Let's go up top, and I'll show you what I got going on up here. So, first thing, here's your cockpit. I'll stop swiveling around here. Here's your cockpit. If you notice, I got these bobbleheads. I found those, I think, in a pod. Oh, yeah, I think I found those in a pod. Rescue pod. To even though you see the scanner thing come up on the bottom when you put your cursor on it, don't scan it, because what it'll do, it's gonna scan it as if you found like a piece of your Cyclops, or a piece of the just a piece of something. Oh, I'm getting thirsty apparently. It'll scan it and give you just 2 titanium, where it takes a glass and a titanium just to fabricate that thing and put it up there. And the way you do that is using your tool right here. You go in and you go to here, and it's right up in here. All right. So that's how you put them up, and you can put them anywhere. My radio, got it right there. This is my second go around, and I'm not using the radio yet. Little idea is, I wanted to see what would happen if I shut the big gun down that shoots down your rescue ship. And I haven't. I've got the tower shut off, and I'm ready to start that. But I want to do a video on it. This is a practice video, so that I can make sure I know what the hell I'm doing. So now we got that. Let's go over here. I got just a couple lockers here. This one's got all this stuff in it. I haven't built the suit. There's another still suit in here. I haven't built that yet. I found that. I also haven't built these, the charge fins. But the other thing was this suit here allows you to drink, or your body creates fluid that you can drink. Well, I'll let that, if you build it, you'll learn about that. Full of ion cubes. I used to have these cards in there, in the handful of cubes that you get, but I've separated them. So let's go for a walk. I got my bed. All right, because I'm sick of being going around at night. I want it to be daytime, so I'll use my bed to do that. I got my coffee maker, and I'll click on it, make a cup of coffee, go wherever you want. It'll show up in your inventory later. Thermal reactor, like I said, that's what I use my power. That's how I get my power. 5 titanium to build 1 thermal reactor. So naturally, I got a lot of titanium in here. You just saw my coffee in there. Yep, let's drink that. Magnetite, 2 magnetite, 1 of these aerogel. For every 5 titanium, build you a thermal reactor. This is where I keep all my supplies for that. So then, I got my fabricator, or modification station here. Got my locker that, not only this is for seeds, but it also, I put eggs in there that I come across. Also, well, here's Scuba Steve. And in Scuba Steve, I have 2 extra arms, which is the grapple and the propulsion. All the torpedoes, like you can see, the shield, and another storage thing, so I can switch it out on the fly. Whatever I'm not using, when I leave here, because like right now he's got that arm on it, the torpedo arm, I might change my loadout, alright, and whatever I'm not using, I'll put in here. Oh, gotta get closer. I'll put it in here temporarily. Then when I load out, I've got all the space in his inventory and all the space in my inventory to collect all the ore, or all whatever the hell I'm trying to collect. I got space for it. So, all right. So then we come over here, and I got my garden, and I'll show you a little tip from me. A little tip from Skip again. You collect 8 of them per side. There's 2 big plants on one side, 8 of these watermelon things on one side. I collected 6 of them. Now the other 2, you wanna hit them with your knife, and that'll get you the seed. All right. Now you go into your thing. Wait a minute. Put my knife away. Don't want to cut myself. And go into your. This is your planter box. All right. Now if you eat these, watch my down in the left-hand corner. Watch my water and my food go up.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I'm full now. See that? Now I can take and right-click, and I planted everything I just used, and it doesn't take that long to come back. All right. And with the potatoes, you just pick up the potato and you eat it. That's it. Those are seeds too. You can put those right back in the ground. And the same goes with this. You hit it with a knife, you get one. You eat it. Alright? And make sure you say the last one. Gotta go back in the flower pot. Got a locker here for torpedoes. Only got one in there now, but I upgraded to 5 of 5 because it only comes with one, and you do the upgrade, you get 5. I found out I don't use those very much, but I already did the upgrade, so with that, oh, I got something hit me on the outside. So we go down here, and right next to this upgrade fabricator, I put a power cell locker where I keep a bunch of power cells because when those run dry and I don't have anywhere to charge them and I'm down in the depths, I want to be able to at least put enough in there so I can get my ass back home. Then I got upgrades. In here, it's empty now, but when I was using this and creating all this stuff, alright, everything I needed, all the items you see there, I would collect them, and once I had them, I would put them in here and keep them. And then once I had everything I needed, I'd build what I needed to do, and then we'd haul it over on this side, which I think is a pain in the ass. They should have put all that right next to this thing, because this is what it's for. Then I go in here and I load everything. Now, this is the way I have mine loaded up. You definitely need that. That's a must. The only way you can finish the game, or finish the storyline of the game anyway. Sonar, definitely. Energy efficiency, yes. Definitely need a fire suppression. Alright, I have tried to put fires out with the fire extinguishers. It's worth it. Especially if you know you're going to be, big chance you're going to get attacked. Anyways, but this is the way I got mine set up. I'm going to show you a little tip about this here. The MK3 upgrade. Alright, so you got MK1, MK2, and MK3. Alright. Well, the MK2, if you go in here, alright, you go to the Cyclops. MK2, you need nickel ore. Alright. Now, nickel ore you get down in the green area, where the green, and you can even get it past that, but it's down in the Lost River, where you have the green gas stuff. And that's where you're going to find your nickel ore. So, problem is, though, is once you get down there, you're at a pretty deep depth. Now, my original thought was, I'm going to, once I got my nickel ore, my original time, the first time I played the game, I actually went and came back to the surface, or back to a depth that I knew I wasn't going to have my ship get damaged when I, because you got to take, unless you build another one, you have to take this one out. Okay, to fabricate it, you have to take that out, put it with the other items that you collected, which is the plastisteel and the nickel. All right, and then you build it here. Then you have to bring the MK2 module back and put it in there. Well, here's what I did. I went down, and I've done this, so I know if you take your tool and undo this, you will be down in the gas area in the Lost River. You want to put this back down right up in here. Alright, so, and I'll show you the reason why. When you're here, and you've got all the items that you need, while you're down at the depth, where when you take that off, it's going to crush your ship. In theory, that's what's supposed to happen. But here's what you do. You just take this off, then you click open this, you go to Cyclops, you make it. Once it's finished fabricating, it goes into your inventory, you go back here, and then you click on it and pop it back in there, and it does not do any damage to your Cyclops. You will take no damage as long as you do it fast enough and just quick do it. It won't give you any damage to your ship. And you can do that because the next thing you need for the next one is going to be kyanite, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and that's even deeper. That's down in the lava zone. So once you get your first your kyanite, now you can come in and do exactly what I just did. All right, except doing it for the MK2 to the MK3. Once you have MK3, you're done. And I'll leave this here because I never know when I got to go down there. So I'll disable this, put it back where I got it. But that's how you change your depth module modifications or whatever you want to call it. So, alright. So the last thing I want to show you. So this is, you've seen everything. This is the way I got my setup. Simple. There's a lot of stuff. I used to have where is it? Right here. Vending machine. I used to have a vending machine set up right in here. I don't have it. I didn't do it this time. I did that on my last game. But the last thing I want to show you is how this works. This fire suppression thing works. Since we're in here, if you're under attack, you're driving, you're under attack, Big Bubba Ghost Leviathan, whatever you want to call them, one of those are attacking you. You end up taking a lot of damage, and you'll see the damage on your ship, but then you'll see you are on fire. There will be some kind of alert thing saying you're on fire. When you see that, all you have to do is click this, and I'm going to show you what happens. Kind of cool. You click it.
Neutralization system active.
And it goes on lockdown. When it goes on lockdown, it'll run, I don't know, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. I've never timed it, but it goes on lockdown for a few. Now, the damage you've got on the outside of the ship, you don't got to worry about. But I will tell you this, a tip from Skip. If you go and you're getting attacked, don't worry about the damage you're taking. Just get your ass out of there. Just keep going. You've got, unless you're, discombobulated back-asswards, don't know where you're going. If you know your path that you have to get, or that you have to take to get to where you want to go, if you're getting attacked, just go until you're past being attacked. Once you're past being attacked, now you can go through and heal yourself. I don't know how many damage spots you can take until you actually are going to, die. It's going to blow up your ship. But I usually get 4 to 6 before I can, of course I've been playing for a while. I get by anything that's taking damage. I get by it, and then I start healing myself. This will run. You see this meter. All right. Now, once you hit this, all right, that put out the fire. You can't hit this again until this is bright green again. All right. Until this goes all the way around, you won't be able to hit it again. But that's why you have fire extinguishers. If you catch on fire again, you got the fire extinguishers. And that's why I put a load of them in here. If you notice, I got fire extinguishers. But to initially get the fire out, you need that. And it helps a lot because it does it all at once. You're not putting the fire out in one spot while something's burning in another spot with a fire extinguisher. So, anyway, so that's that. Shoot. I'm trying to think of, is there anything here to show you? No, that's stealth mode. The only thing that comes up down here is if you put that shield down here. But that's my Cyclops. You might find other things work for you, and maybe you want something extra. Maybe you just want it to look different. Put in it what you think is going to work for you. But if you're going out and you're going to collect a lot of stuff, this is how you want the basement anyway. This will get you the most stuff. And now I know that opens. I didn't know that before, so that's cool. Hopefully you liked it. Hopefully it helps you. Maybe I'll have this on Facebook. Subscribe or whatever they call it. I don't know. Never done that. Yeah, hit like or subscribe, whatever. But that's it. That's my Cyclops walkthrough. Thanks a lot. Ciao.